local author publishes precious stories from his grandmother, but someone else gets the credit until our own Tiffany Craig stepped in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been a lot of stress.
Plus, turning run-down eyesores into beautiful public works of art in Baytown. And suspects abandon a duffel bag at the border and give agents the shock of their lives when they peek inside.
And tonight we start with breaking news. A baby is dropped off at a fire station.
This happened just over an hour ago.
Let's get right to Larry Seward. He's at Fire Station 76. That is on Cook Road in West Houston. A lot more to this story. Larry, tell us about it.
There is, first of all, Lynn, that 9-month-old is okay. He is with his grandmother, who we're told has custody. Now, a short hours ago, a man showed up behind Station 76 here tonight with the 9-month-old in his hands. He approached the firefighters and said, "Is it true that firefighters take babies?" The firefighters took the child from him. A firefighter asked him, "Are you coming back?" And he did not reply. He kept walking. They say he later drove by in a car and dropped off a car seat behind the fire department and kept going. About 30 minutes later, firefighters say a woman identified as this child's grandmother showed up to retrieve the child. The story that she told firefighters and police is that she had been telling the child's father that he needs to be more responsible, take care of his kids. She was giving the 9-month-old a bath when the father walked in. At some point, she says the father took the child. She went looking for him, and that is how she wound up here. The video you're seeing the child in the arms of Houston police. We're told again tonight that child is with his grandmother, and the child is safe and doing okay. As far as the man who dropped the child off, we do not know where he is tonight. No word from police if there will be any charges. We are live tonight in Southwest Houston. Larry Seward, KHOU 11 News.
And Texas has a baby Moses law in which babies can be dropped off at safe havens, but there are very strict rules to follow to avoid being charged with the crime. First, the baby must be 60 days old or younger. The safe havens include any hospital or emergency care facility, fire stations, or EMS stations, and the child must be handed over to an employee, not just left outside. We have more information for you on our website. There's also a hotline you can call at 1-877-904-SAVE.
As the Grand Parkway grows, so does our dependence on it to get us where we need to go. But we have a warning for you tonight.
That's right. TxDOT is having technical difficulties, and you might be paying for them, and this isn't the first time. Our Lauren Tallarico joins us live with what's happening. Lauren?
Well, Mia, it's not every day you're told not to pay your bills, but today several people got an email from the Toll Road Authority saying if you get a bill from TxDOT, ignore it. It's a convenience thousands pay for. But a billing snafu from TxDOT has made using EasyTag not so easy.
We are keeping an eye closely on what is going on.
Roxana Cibrian with the Harris County Toll Authority says they started noticing complaints from EasyTag customers.
So when the call volumes go up, we certainly want to take a look and dive in a little deeper and see if there's anything out of the usual.
They discovered countless Grand Parkway customers were getting bills like this from TxDOT.
We heard him loud and clear.
Here's the problem. TxDOT and EasyTag are not connected. EasyTag is designed for tollways in Harris County. TxDOT runs the state's tollways. But instead of making every Houstonian get 2 tags, they partner up, allowing EasyTag to bill. Since the beginning of the year, TxDOT's technology hasn't always been reading EasyTags.
They were not charged at this time. But that is part of the resolution.
Here's what to do. If you're in good standing with EasyTag and still get a TxDOT bill, you're advised to ignore it. If you've already paid, TxDOT says you don't have to call them. They will just apply it to any outstanding tolls or refund you.
Don't get frustrated. We hear you. We're going to resolve.
As for what's causing the problem, TxDOT's still trying to figure that out. Well, TxDOT didn't have a number as to how many people might be affected, and as for when that refund will go out, they don't have a timeline for that either, but as soon as they figure those things out, we'll keep you posted. Len.
Hopefully the refund will come sooner than later. Thank you, Lauren. And there was outrage in the Heights tonight after a cat was found caught in a steel snare trap. The organization that rescued this cat says snare traps can cause serious harm, broken bones, even amputation. The cat is a stray, and tonight its rescuers are trying to figure out where that trap came from.
Because the cat dragged it off away from wherever it was originally set, we don't know where that trap originated. We'd love to find out, though, so that we can make sure that this never happens again.
They certainly do. State law says snare traps are illegal in some urban areas, and they must be a certain distance from schools.
Tomorrow, Harris County commissioners will consider asking Governor Greg Abbott to allow a special election for a big vote on flood control projects. Commissioners want voters to approve a massive bond referendum. The Houston Chronicle reports the total amount still hasn't been determined, but it could reach $2.5 billion. The county wants to help finance property buyouts after Harvey and start work on infrastructure projects.
All right, let's jump outside and show you downtown Houston. I am told by a reliable source that the hot old days are making a comeback this week.
Yeah, this after several pleasant days, the humidity creeping back, David Paul.
They've been gone so long, I almost have missed them. But I tell you what I will not miss at all, or what I'm going to miss most of all, is these low temperatures in the 50s. This is where we began this morning in the 50s, and then we raced off to a high of 80, about a 25-degree temperature swing. Now, look what's happening tonight. Temperatures are just not cooling off much. In fact, during the past hour, we've actually gone up a degree. That is because the humidity is coming up. Now, look, we've had lows in the 50s the last 9 out of 10 mornings. That's unusual because this time of the year, lows ought to be in the low to mid 60s, so we've been below normal. Well, you can kiss those 50s goodbye, and that is because of the shift in the wind. It's all coming out of the southeast, and that will continue tonight and tomorrow and the next several days. And so big changes are in store, including a rain chance for this coming Cinco de Mayo weekend. We will look at that forecast in detail coming up in a couple of minutes.
See you soon. Thanks, Dave. And here's a look at more top stories we are tracking for you tonight. Former President George H.W. Bush will remain at Houston Methodist Hospital. His family says Mr. Bush needs to continue regaining strength. The 41st president has been hospitalized for 8 days for sepsis. He was admitted the day after the funeral for his wife, former First Lady Barbara Bush. Texas jewelry icon James Avery has died. What started in the 1950s as a few handmade creations with his wife morphed into a successful chain of shops across the South that bear his name. Avery eventually turned the business over to his sons. Every single one of their artisan pieces is made right here in Texas. James Avery was 96. 150 migrants who traveled from Central America to the California border are still not able to seek asylum. Federal officials say there is no space to process them. Migrants are now waiting in Mexico. Vice President Mike Pence was in the region today to look at a segment of the border wall that is under construction.
Something is changing in Baytown, and it is certainly turning heads. Artists are taking rundown spots like you see here and then transforming, to this beautiful works of art for everybody to enjoy. Levi Ismail spent the day in Baytown finding out who's behind it and why.
I really didn't think it was something that would happen in Baytown.
When you stop to pull your camera out on Texas Avenue, let's just say it better be good.
With all the abandoned buildings, and the alleyway just seemed to flow with the rest of the street.
That's about as nice as Olivia Garza could say this street has seen better days.
This needs to be more beautiful because originally, like 4 years ago, I took my senior photos here.
Sabrina Martin of Baytown Tourism made this her mission.
I would literally walk down Texas Avenue looking for spaces we could put art.
Where she landed, even she couldn't believe. Think cold concrete and broken brick. And this alleyway lives up to every bit of that reputation. But honestly, I don't even know if we're looking at the same place anymore.
Then you drive by and it's like, wow.
This is beautiful. Everybody that's seen the pictures that I took said that it's beautiful.
In 6 months, this alley has gone from a place you wouldn't send your kids to this.
My place? Like, you want to take senior photos on my alley? Like, what?
Calling it the Better Block Initiative, Baytown is going through something of a makeover. You'll see murals begin to pop up practically everywhere. but there's something about making art an experience.
It has this beautiful color that when the sky is blue, these colors pop.
That one.
You could blink and miss what's hiding in this Baytown alley, but it takes just one look, and Sabrina hopes you'll never forget where you saw it.
People are finding joy in the umbrellas.
Levi Ismail, KHOU 11 News.
Well, that's very nice. Artists from the Lee College Art Department in Baytown will take the lead in painting the murals around town, with one already in the works at the Art League of Baytown. Nice job there. Imagine this, pouring your heart and soul into a project and not getting the credit you deserve.
That's what happened to a local author until he went to our own Tiffany Gregg for help.
Did you make progress?
His emotional reaction after months of fighting to get a mistake corrected went nowhere, and how Tiffany was able to finally get results.